So, if y'all hadn't noticed by now, there have been a shooting in Buffalo, New York. 10 people have passed. And let's just listen to the current news reports on the matter.
And we are continuing to monitor all of the fallout as a result of this horrific mass shooting that we brought to you all yesterday here on Live Now from Fox. 10 people are dead, 3 injured in a shooting that occurred at this Tops supermarket located in Buffalo, New York. On your screens right now, we are looking at live images coming into our newsroom this morning of a prayer vigil currently happening in Buffalo, and also a live look outside of that supermarket where this horrible incident did occur. What we do know at this moment is that an 18-year-old male wearing military gear and live streaming with a helmet camera, he opened fire with a rifle at this supermarket in Buffalo, killing 10 people, wounding 3 others in what authorities have described as a racially motivated violent extremism.
Yeah, racially motivated violent extremism. I guess by a racially motivated violent extremist. All right. In other words, the clown was a racist terrorist. All right. Now, y'all, for a long time, I hadn't really posted anything about all this race stuff going on, what have you. Oh, Jesus. Turn on this. I hadn't said much. All right. And I did that just to put emphasis on the Lord. And it just so happened that certain current things that I was into at the time that I did not post a whole lot of racial injustice because it was so out, and it's still out. More so than I could ever bring awareness to. Don't need to bring awareness to the sun being out when everybody see the sun is out. Everybody is shining and lighting up. All right. But this particular situation, I had to chime in on it because, the topics are just skewed. All right. As you can hear, Fox News, and it ain't just Fox News, a whole lot of media sources or whatnot. I don't know if, because you find some people that want to let you know how educated they are and all this other stuff, and they'll use these big radical words to bring definition to something simple. And this scenario is he's a racist terrorist. All right. But what really upsets me is the general atmosphere that the people, all right, now I'm going to talk about specific races and things of that nature, but in general, all right, the people have become so common to or whatnot, the fact that there's racial issues in this nation. All right. There's not a day that go by that something racist don't happen. All right. And my thing is this. Racism is unstable. All right. So you can't really put a thumb on and say, oh, well, it is a racial motivated, unviolent situation. No. Every racist issue has the potential to become violent. Understand? All right. But people have walked around here just easily, especially black folk. All right. Now, y'all have been on the receiving end of this foolishness for a long time. All right. But yet you still walking around here like you ain't got a care in the world. That baffles me. All right. Baffles me. All right. I can go as far as back as with the whole South Carolina issue or whatnot. And the heart goes out to the people who have lost their lives in a situation. All right. But at the same time, all right. Y'all hear me? That could have been prevented. All right. That could have been prevented. But at the same time, that didn't happen. All right. And what happened was, far as when you see foolishness in your area, when you see stuff out of place, all right, when you forget all that judge not and don't be biased and all this stuff. If something is out of place, it's out of place. All right, no matter how racist it look, how biased it look, or whatnot. And I can tell white people the same thing. All right, because a lot of these things are gripes that white people have is a relevant gripe. All right, your tail is in $1 million neighborhood, and you look like $2 with change. What you doing in there? You visiting somebody? Why? Because I got some good stuff up in here. I don't want it touched. That's as simple as that. But at the same time, this boy, 18 years old, done walked over here in his neighborhood, 200 miles away from where he stayed. All right, he looked like eyesore to the point that this man that walked up to him, all right, black guy, earlier reports had this black guy with Black King on his shirt, all right. Yeah, I saw him. He looked out of place. So I went over there and talked to him. What you talk to him for? All right? He still carried out what he came there for, this racist, violent, terroristic act. All right? He still did that. What did you do? The point is this. All right? Black folk. All right? If you see racism going on every day, all around you, all right? Racist, violent acts, as Fox News put it. All right, and it ain't just Fox News. A whole lot of media sources do foolishness and call things and downplay a lot of stuff. All right, if you see this going on around you, all right, why ain't you sounding the alarm? Sounding alarm for what, Clyde? Sounding alarm for this. If you see this foolishness going on every day, why haven't you brought your family together and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do when this happens, not if. All right, because we done tampered with the if happen. This stuff is happening. All right, and it's not just 2 states over or on the West Coast or East Coast or whatever. It's happening right here in our community. Understand that? All right, racial issues. All right, racial violence. All right, no matter what, somebody may call it what these agencies call it, because they done got used to downplaying stuff. They do certain things like if something racist happened to a black person, they'll put a black spokesperson up there or whatnot just to, they done did research on all this foolishness. Y'all hear what I said? To come down on the effectiveness of this racist, all right, society, all right, this racist system that mandates all this and continues to allow all of this foolishness to happen, all right? So, if you see this stupidness going on every day, why haven't you pulled your family aside and say, okay, this is an issue, this is what we're gonna do when this happens, all right? This is who you call, or whatever the case may be. If you have a racist issue with the police or whatnot, this is what you do, child, all right? This is who you call, this is how you're supposed to act, all right? The same thing for us if you got children that go to school, things of that nature. This is what you do. This is who you call. This is how you act. All right. All right. Instead of you, and then it baffles me how somebody that is totally different, and I ain't just talking about the boy was white. I'm not talking about that. But the boy had a character that suggests this boy ain't up to no good. All right, he had a character that displayed that. And that then brought no alarm to the atmosphere. Let me tell you why. Because probably half the folk that was up in there was just as peculiar and knocked up in the head as he was. All right? They just didn't shoot and kill nobody. But this boy walked up in there and saw skin color done premeditated. All right, because early reports say he had came there early, and like I said, he talked to the man with the Black King on his chest or whatnot, done premeditated murder with these clowns, these people. All right, 10 folk killed. All right, what was you doing? What was you looking at? All right, Wasn't nothing to duck behind. Couldn't nobody get it. Now I heard, and don't quote me on this, but I heard a security guard tried to handle the dude or whatnot and shot him 5 times. But I think that was a lie, because I looked at the boy when they, so peacefully took him into handcuffs. That's another story. And they, he ain't had no bullet wounds on. I didn't see none. I ain't even see a broken skin on his knuckles where they put the handcuffs on. All right, but we need to wake up, and I wouldn't be so much even this passionate about it. But you had older people that had passed and got killed by this clown. All right, one of the lady reports say that she was in Church of God of Christ. She was a mother. She cooked real good. All right, and I do believe her name was Pearl Young, Mother Pearl Young. All right. And she was in church and things of that nature. My heart goes out to the old people already, but then when you have senseless violence happen like this, and it affects some of the old people in such a negative way or whatnot, what is a mother of the church being shot and killed like she's just a rabid dog? All right, that messes with me. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have something to say about it. Let's keep on listening to this foolish report.
The U.S. Justice Department is investigating this mass shooting once again as an act of racially motivated violent extremism. The gunman has been identified as Peyton Gendron of Conklin, New York. It is worth noting that Conklin, New York, where he is from, is actually 200 miles away from this Tops supermarket located in Buffalo, New York. That name actually matches the name given in a 180-page manifesto that...
Shut your mouth. Now, I ain't the smartest person in the world, whatnot, and I had to look up what manifesto meant and all this. Look at here. The point is this. If somebody got a 180-page manifesto, i.e. a simple report on you, all right, that tells me that some government agency already learned how to have dibs on your tail. All right. But yet and still this reporter gonna say, they're gonna take that manifesto, that 180-page manifesto, and they're gonna comb through it because to see what the mind of this person, well, look at him. All right. You helping him with their defense. All right. With this clown. All right. The mind of him is he a racist. All right. He wanted to kill them black folk. Y'all hear what I said? All right, he wanted to kill. That's the mind. Or whatever the case may be. But even more so than this, if there's a 180-page manifesto, why haven't y'all handled this situation before now? All right, you don't have no problem stopping and frisking black folk. You don't have no problem going up and setting up departments and avenues within these black communities or whatnot to peep out drugs, as you say, or violent tendencies, as you say, or whatnot, to stop people from breaking in houses, as you say, or whatnot. You can't find no department to keep eye and dibs on these white supremacists, racists that has the tendency to go out there and set up avenues and things to mess with black folk. Foolishness. Let's keep on going.
That has surfaced online after this attack did take place. Obviously, law enforcement officials are going to be combing through that 180-page manifesto to kind of break down what it was that was going through this individual's minds when he decided to open fire. And once again, an incident that is being investigated as racially motivated.
Child, please. Ain't nobody studying that foolishness. All right? Racially motivated. Yes, he was a racist. He a terrorist. A terrorist attack. That's what it was. All right? Domestic terrorism. All right? So, y'all, my point is this. All right? Protect yourself. All right? In this country, you can draw arms. Take up arms. All right, get you some training, train your children, all right, how to do something, whether it be taking up arms or even picking up a rock or something, do something, But don't you sit your tail around here talking about, oh, I believe in the Lord. And don't get me wrong, I love the Lord too. All right. But my Bible teaches me to worship God in spirit and in truth. Understand? All right. The same God that teaches you how to love, he teaches you how to protect yourself. The same God that teaches you how to walk freely teaches you how to duck when rocks are being thrown at you. Understand? All right. God is a God that ain't gonna have you sit there be no fool and be ignorant. If it's raining outside, you get an umbrella or at the least a raincoat. All right. If it's sunny outside or whatever the case may be and you're affected by the sun, you get sun protectant and rub on you. All right. If every day in this country, understand that you see racist situation, and don't get me wrong. All right. I'm a firm believer that every racist issue has the potential to become violent. All right. Deadly violent. Okay. So therefore, you have to build a defense, all right, against certain things like that. Ain't nothing wrong with calling on the Lord. In fact, I ask you to do that first, all right? But you have to prepare for certain things. Understand? To make yourself not vulnerable. Don't be no fool, all right? If you know you're going into a violent neighborhood, what you do? You try to find another way around. You stay vigilant. You stay aware of your surroundings. Things of this. These are the type of things that needs to be taught to your families. These are the type of things that you need to consume yourself as an individual. All right. These are the type of things that is an issue and should be taught in churches. And brought more understanding to it as it applies to the Word of God. Because a lot of people don't understand how to put, staying aware of your surroundings and God in the same boat. People don't understand that. Y'all hear me? But the same God that wrote the Bible, gave awareness of the Bible or whatever. All right. The same God that wakes you up in the morning is the same God that will teach you how to defend yourself. All right, I bring emphasis to Goliath. All right, when that boy threw that rock, hit that giant in the head, knocked him out, killed him, whatever. All right, that had Jesus Christ, God, all over it. Stop being foolish. All right, pray without ceasing, but stop being foolish. We have to worship God in spirit and in truth. There's the truth of the matter. And that truth of the matter is going to curve your walk. All right. It's going to show you what to pray about. All right. If you don't understand fully what's going on around you, what you know to pray about. All right. Stop being ignorant. All right. Start paying attention to what's around you, what folks say or whatnot. Let that curve and dictate your next move. All right. I didn't say stop your happiness. I didn't say live in fear. But don't be no fool. God bless you. And protect yourself.